Adam Fossett Show brought to you by Marble City Pharmacy and the B.B. Calmer Alumni Association. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Seemed like forever since we talked. Big matchup tonight against Piedmont, but you know it's good to get a win under our belt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to get a win, good to get a region win, and I thought last week, man, if the group that showed up last week showed up the previous 3 weeks, we may have some different results. So proud of the guys, proud of the way they came out with some energy, and hope that carries into the next games, and we can continue to build off of that.
You had some kids that really stepped up and played, and you're going to need that the second half of the season.
Yeah, I thought Christian Jemison played lights out for us. Defensively, we had a huge game from Caden and Jakari Brown, and a couple of those guys interior-wise, Dylan Davenport and Josh Ruiz. They don't get a lot of credit, and their name called a lot because they're just taking on double teams and freeing up linebackers. But they did a good job. Tosh Hughes played well at linebacker, and really, I think he's kind of settling in, hopefully with those expectations and what to do. So. Offensively, I thought our front played pretty well. A lot of guys, Tyler Parrish, Colton Sherham, Josh Ruiz and Caden Brown, they're playing both sides of the ball. So those guys are doing really, really well, or did really well for us. And again, I think Cam Gaddis had like 110 yards rushing in the first half, or something. It was something crazy. So. Just played really, really well. I thought Max threw the ball pretty well. Had some good passes and connected early with Christian Jemison and to get us on the board. And
it seemed like you're able to throw the ball deeper down the field, and his accuracy, deep ball, is pretty doggone good.
Yeah, he's throwing the deep ball pretty well. So, and that being able to run the ball really frees up the passing game and vice versa. So. Being multi-dimensional definitely helps you as far as preparation and to keep defenses kind of honest, so to speak. So that helps us out a ton. I thought Max managed the game well, and with our depth issues, sometimes we're throwing some guys in some different spots. So he's literally making sure everybody's got to play, and then getting some of those guys lined up, and also telling them, hey, this is what you do at this position. So, and it's just a kind of a lack of depth thing, but it's one of those things where I hope we build off of it. You go into non-region this week with a tough opponent, but you still want to build off of the energy and continue to improve.
Staying with the win a week or so ago. I noticed that offensively, talked about success in running the football. You found a place where you could run the football, and you guys just kept going back to it, play after play after play, and they finally figured it out, and then you started going to the other side.
Yeah. We try not to make football hard, so if we see something that they're giving us, then we'll use it until they don't give it to us anymore. So. We were able to utilize that, and we also were able to just rotate backs in and out. So we stayed on our hash, and then we just rotated the backs back and forth. So and drove right down the field. One of their coaches asked me after the game, like, "Did you run the same play 8 times in a row?" I was like, "Yeah, I think it was 8 times. I don't remember how many, but yeah, we did." But yeah, it's just. Being able to stick with it, and again, the energy that the guys brought, and you go back to homecoming week. Oh my gosh! And so I was concerned about distractions all week, and one thing I'm consistent on is it doesn't matter what our record is. Homecoming week stresses me out. So we could be playing against air, and I'd still be stressed out on homecoming week just because of a focus matter and making sure that our guys are prepared, because at the end of all these activities and everything else, there's a football game, and that's where they have to perform.
38-14 win over Childersburg last week, homecoming for the Tigers, and tonight it's a different animal with Piedmont coming to town.
Yeah, Piedmont is a different animal. They're ranked. I think they're ranked number 2 in the state in 3A. Very good team. Coach Miller has those guys playing really, really well, and Coach Miller came over from Sachs 3 years ago to Piedmont, and has those guys rolling. So they've got Rolly Pinto, who's receiver, running back. He does pretty much everything for them offensively. He's a Jacksonville State commit and a really good athlete. Their front is really good on both sides of the ball. So kind of a different beast, kind of a different being. And, I've been asked probably 100 times about our scheduling. And I explained to everybody, like, when you come off of the 2 years we had in 2A, like, nobody wants to play you. Mm-hmm. So, literally coaches not calling you back, or they'll reply back. If you text them, they'll reply back, don't even ask, we're not playing you. So, like, we were very limited on who we could play. And Piedmont was looking for a game. We were looking for a game week 5, and I would rather play a game than not play a game and have 9 games or 8 games or whatever the case may be. So, but I look at it as a challenge. I look at it as an opportunity for these guys to go out and play and see kind of how they stack up. Kids have to be able to accept those challenges still, and our guys have been taught. We've talked to them all week about jumping in and accepting that challenge and playing hard, and those guys are too young to remember when Appalachian State beat Michigan or some of these other upsets that have happened. But just recently, Isabella High School, who used to be in our region, they go and beat Tuscaloosa Academy, who was the number 1 team in 2A. So any team can beat any other team on any given day, and that's what they have to believe. And at the end of the night, man, I just want maximum effort. I want them to give everything they got. And at the end of the night, man, if they've given everything they got, I'll be happy with whatever happens.
BB Comer will need to be at their best tonight with several injuries you're dealing with as well.
Yeah, we're banged up, got a few injuries, got a few guys that are not going to be playing tonight, and we hope we get them back in the near future. But it's next man up mentality, and we've got to continue to move forward.
With pass protection, your quarterback has shown that he can get the football down the field. You've got some receivers that are capable of making the big play.
Yeah, we do. We've got some receivers that can do some good things. Some guys, like Larry Gable, Isaiah Gable, he's a freshman, and he's a good-looking athlete. I mean, he's almost 6 foot tall as a freshman, and we got to get more consistent play out of him, and he's got to build that confidence, because he's a lot better than he realizes. So I think he realized, he sees an opponent and thinks, well, I'm just a freshman sometimes, but then he makes some really, really good plays. So he's got to understand that. Ronaldo Riggins has done a really good job catching the ball for us. Obviously, Christian Jemison has done a good job catching the ball for us, and then Tylen Buchanan has come in and is playing a tight end sniffer type position for us, and he had a touchdown last week, a big catch in the back of the end zone last week. And Tylen's a bigger tight end type. He's not going to blaze you with speed, but he can run good routes, and he's got really good hands. So if the opportunity to get the ball to him comes, I have confidence that he'll make the catch.
All right, BB Comer and Piedmont kick at 7 o'clock tonight from Legion Stadium. Non-region game. We jump back into region play next week. Coach, let's get a W tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Adam Fossett, head football coach and athletic director at BB Comer. Our guest brought to you by Marble City Pharmacy and the BB Comer Alumni Association. More Daybreak follows this.